Well, thanks for keeping it Mambo Newsroom broadcasting live from Kiambu County number 22 this festive season.
Good evening, viewers.
My name is Alan Nyaundi.
And this is Glory Nkata.
If it is of prominence,
we are here to dispense.
The hashtag of today's conversation will be tribalism.
And the SMS line is 66966.
For the headlines.
Political unrest as tribalism roots sprout in university politics.
The newly elected MTAC delegate speaks on how JKUAT elections were carried out.
Transition of ownership of the studio's sports bar.
And for sports, the Sports and Entertainment Secretary JKUAT Juja speaks on new sports activities to be introduced.
For our conversation, we're going to look into the efficiency and the unbiased nature percentage of the JKUSA electoral process.
One of Kenya's most prestigious universities has experienced political unrest due to claims of tribalism.
This is after the election results were announced and the majority of the leaders seem coming from a particular ethnic group.
Our reporter Gwendolyn Cherono with details.
A new hashtag has recently surfaced on Twitter dubbed #EndTribalism in JKUAT. Those pushing the hashtag to the social space, who are also students at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, claim that there has been favorism in the verification process of those that were cleared to run for various positions of power in the institution. The online push has got to influential persons like Robert Alai, who asked the comrades to give him details of the situation via his Twitter page. In one tweet by a presumed student, it says, and I quote, "This integration of tribalism in JKUAT elections will result to nothing but political turmoil. The leaders sound like a cacophony of 100 tribes, but instead speaking one tongue. Let's correct this." End of quote. On the recently released list of aspirants cleared to run for office, students from the lakeside region of the country who had earlier applied were exempted from the list on basis of unfair reasons. Even though some claimed to be well qualified, their names were nowhere to be seen on the list, and reports claim that JKUAT administrations has a preference for students leaders from Jema community who might aid the Vice Chancellor to renew her contract next year. The main question remains, is it all planned or is it coincidental? Reporting for NewsHub, this is Gwendolyn Cherono.
Such puzzling news.
Truly.
Moving on, the newly elected MTAC delegate Maina Mathenge shines more light on the JKUSA elections. Gwendolyn Cherono with the detail.
I'm here in JKUAT with the newly elected MTAC delegate. Good afternoon, Mr. Maina. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, and thank you for joining us here.
It's a pleasure.
So the question of today, Mr. Maina, is how will you describe the elections at JKUAT, and will you give us more information as to what it entails?
The electoral process in JKUAT is one of our delegate system, where delegates are elected by a popular vote, and then they in turn elect the JKUSA executive. In this year's elections, for example, the delegates elections were held on 12th of October, and then the JKUSA executive elections came way after on 26th of October. And the elections are run of a secret ballot. Yeah.
And there you have it. Reporting for NewsHub, I'm Gwendolyn Cherono.
Alright, crossing over to business news. Activities of the student sports bar resume after a long transition of ownership.
A transition which was accompanied with losses for the school and thus for those who preferred the liquor.
Our very own Gwendolyn Cherono with the news.
At last it glows. The sight of neon lights on a Friday night couldn't be more pleasing. The sound of soul generation music couldn't be more melodic. As a new management takes over, so does necessary changes to create buzz, life, and hope. This wasn't the case a week ago. The club was facing major management changes with the expiring of Ogambo's tenure. According to our sources, Ogambo, the oil management, had failed to renew his contract with the administrations up to the last minute. This therefore created a rift in the management. Activities were limited, events cancelled, and profits halted as well. The school faced major losses during this time, which can be estimated to around 50,000 a week. Jobs were lost, and so was a weekend getaway for the comrades in our school. According to our sources, the new management aims at maximizing the profits and employment at the bar with a major maiden event to kickstart business. The management has barely taken charge, and yet life springs from the crevices of the bar. Reporting for NewsHub, my name is Gwendolyn Cheron.
In sports, the Secretary of Sports and Entertainment, Makwin Onyango, speaks on his success and plans for JKUAT Sports and Entertainment.
Here is Gwendolyn Chirono with the details.
Considering your popularity and huge wave of supporters, what are your plans, Wayne?
To me, with my popularity and wide wave of supporters, I plan to use this as an advantage in that I'll try promote students' talent, because basically my docket is all about talent, because it's on sports side and entertainment side. By this, I want to work on promoting students to get to participate more in sports and more in promoting their talent. There are a number of talent here in school. There are dancers, there are singers, and by this I want to work so much in promoting their talent, because basically nowadays it's not all about academics. For us here in Kenya, let's work on at least promoting our talent, because nowadays people make their ends meet through their talent. For example, we have someone like Crazy Kena. Crazy Kena is a well-known person nowadays, and through his talent, he has made it in the industry. And by that, I want to influence even more students from JKUAT as a whole to also try and promote their talent. They get to work on it. Yeah. So basically, that's my major deal. I want to expose students to the outside world. They know how to hustle. That's the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we come to the conclusion of our segment tonight, we bring you a hot interview on a matter that has severely injured the hearts of many comrades.
Our Jomo Kenyatta correspondent, Joseph Onyango, will take it from here.
Thank you very much, Glory Nkatha. We are here at Sajorek Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, ready to banter about the blazing topic that has students doubting the integrity of their own electoral process. With us is a guest who will be speaking on the same. Welcome so much, Wilfred Abongo Lela, aka Wow.
Yes, thank you, Jesse.
Hashtag tribalism in JKUAT has got Twitter blazing. There is fire all over Twitter. Yeah, conflicts, people arguing, even great politicians are speaking about it. Tribalism.
Yeah.
A major problem in Kenya. And right now, tribalism has been spotted even in our own universities. Abongo.
Yes.
Of late I heard we had an election at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. And there were a lot of rumors, a lot of politics, politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about it. Talk about the politics at JKUAT.
Joseph, it's so unfortunate that in this century, you are still relying on politics of ethnicity.
Yeah.
And the biggest shot is we are an institution where we should not take this to be a replica that somebody should be showing off or boasting about. And we have to condemn it in the highest term possible. And everything that happened, I would say it's not right.
Yeah.
And it's not constitutional. And we are all students in this university.
Yeah.
And the best thing that should happen to us is one, we should be given equal opportunities when it comes to leadership. Yeah. Everybody is born to be a leader, but it really hurts if you're being sacrificed because of this tribe or this tribe.
Abongo, people say tribalism,
Yeah.
but we don't actually know what happened. We only know that there is tribalism at JKUAT. The hashtags in Twitter, tribalism at JKUAT. What actually happened, Abongo?
Joseph, what happened is simple. Just like for me, I had interest of being the president for JKUSA, being a president in this university. I'm a patriot of this university, and it takes so much to offer yourself for such a big post. And for tribalism in JKUAT, I would necessarily put it that how would I put it? But tribalism in JKUAT, it's something that we should shun away, and we should give equal opportunity to each and every person. That is it.
Abongo, I don't think you're getting my question right, but I need you to tell me your story. Tell me your part of the story. Tell me what happened to your aspiration to be the president of JKUAT.
What happened was simple. It was an intentional target, direct target on me. And everything is just like you. If you're supposed to run for any office, you'd necessarily meet all the requirements. You'd not let your followers follow you for no reason. And I did everything right. But now there's this one question where there is no independence on each and every office. For the people who are sitting in these offices, I really feel it's so absurd, and it's not right for these people to do such a mistake. Because for me, why would I say this? It's intentional target. My vice chairperson met the 12 months policy. I don't know whether it was a threat to the administration. They tried doing each and every trick, but they never did. You see, at one point I had a missing cut mark. I had the raw data, I presented. At another point, they said I absconded examination, of which I did not. I sat for my examinations. Then now lastly, my vice being a 4.2. But Joseph, you can never force one single person to be a fourth year, yet you are third year. And my vice, we went to the chairperson of her department in Nairobi CBD campus. What happened? He wrote us a letter that she's a 3.2. The same person, after surrendering this letter to the dean of students, the same day, the dean tells us that she was sent a mail to her mail that Michelle is a 4.1 student by the same chairperson. And I asked her, why would you do two contradicting letters without revoking either? And the dean could not give us proper explanation on that. Then something fishy came out. In the laws of office, you can never release two letters with the same ref number. I wish I would have the documents, but unfortunately I did not carry them. So we check the letters. They have the same ref number. The information is all the same, punctuation, the dots. And the only information that's different is 4.1. She's a fourth year, first semester. And I said, okay, now you're forcing my vice to be a fourth year. Let's do it this way. Let's call Michelle and the classmates and they say, which year are they in? Not to be surprised that they later call the general manager Nairobi CBD campus to write a letter that Michelle is a 4.1. So here are 4 letters contradicting each other of her year of study. So it means it's a pure malice, unconstitutional, there is no constitutionality. And basically that's what happened.
And now for the final question, Abongo. Do you think there's integrity in the JKUAT electoral process?
No.
Why? Why do you say that?
First, for integrity to be in an election, there must be independence of the offices. And each and every office should perform their mandates as designated. What happened? The offices were manipulated. There was threat by the police service. I don't know how. Just for this, on the day that I was given my verdict, that I don't qualify to vie as a candidate for the position of chairperson, I was immediately called by a DCI that I'm being summoned to appear before them. And I asked why. What did I do? He could not properly explain. It tells you that there is no integrity, there is no fairness, there is no constitutionality.
The school sued you?
I would not say the school sued me, but they threatened me with the police service, including the security officers within JKUAT.
Okay, thank you very much, Abongo. Thank you for your time, and I hope we meet the next time. Back to you in studio, Glory Nkatha.
There you have it. With Sam not being on our side, we leave with points to ponder.
Should the backward ideology of tribalism still be a problem in higher learning institutions today?
And should we identify solely as members of a tribe or citizens of a nation willing towards a common goal?
My name is Alan Nyaundi.
And I'm Glory Nkatha, reporting for NewsHub.
Have a great night.